Let me start off by saying a story about a man named MacArthur Wheeler. In 1995, MacArthur Wheeler robbed two banks in Pennsylvania in broad daylight. Some master plan? Well, no. In fact, he just walked inside the bank, looked at the CCTV, smiled, robbed the bank, and walked out. Later that day, Wheeler was found in jail. When the security asked him, Wheeler was actually astonished. He said things like, "Oh my God, how is my face seen? I was wearing the juice." The juice? What juice? Well, MacArthur Wheeler actually thought by applying lemon juice all over his face, he would turn invisible. His logic, lemon juice is used as an invisible ink. So by applying it all over his skin, he would render invisible to the security tapes. The most fascinating part about this story is that Wheeler, he was just incompetent in the areas of chemistry, optics, and well, common sense. But the most fascinating part is that his confidence, if you notice, his confidence throughout, oh, it was absolute. This, my friends, is the staggering example of a cognitive bias we see in the world. It is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. In some of Dunning's studies, it is shown that the bottom 25% of a class ranks themselves as above average when asked. Now just think about that. The students who genuinely perform the worst in a class think they are the best. This universal blind spot is what urged psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger to explore these tiny little quirks of the mind. And here is exactly what they found. When we learn anything new, we just look at the surface. And because on the surface it seems so simple, we assume the entire task is simple. Example, you learn a new phrase in a new language and you think, oh, it's so easy. Or you see a few YouTube videos on painting and you think you are the next Van Gogh. But this is what is actually happening. Early knowledge creates an illusion of mastery. We mistake understanding for expertise. And because we don't know what we don't know, our brain fills that tiny gap with confidence. This, my friends, is the core of the Dunning-Kruger effect. The idea that the less of something we actually know, the more confident and certain we feel about it. If you look at this graph, you will notice the first thing as this giant dramatic spike. Psychologists jokingly named it Mount Stupid. Mount Stupid signifies a point in someone's life. They have just started to learn something new and they think they know it all. But slowly, as they go deeper, something shifts. They notice the mistakes they have made. They understand the small details they missed. And they grasp the complexity and the gravity of the task at hand. And when this happens, something breaks their confidence. And they fall right down into the valley of realization. But this fall isn't failure. This fall is the moment true learning actually begins. This fall is the point where the illusion ends and the path to self-awareness begins. From this valley, it is a slow and steep climb upwards on the slope of enlightenment. Oh, slope of enlightenment, huge word, I know. But it is the path where confidence grows again. But this time, it is not loud, egoistic, and arrogant. It is more humble, softer, quieter, and more grounded in reality. Experts often think that what they have mastered and learned is universal, like anyone can do it. They often say things like, oh, it's a piece of cake. I mean, it's okay, I didn't do so much. But what they don't realize is what they have mastered took years and years of invisible work. It is actually ironic that beginners think they know it all. And experts think they don't know enough. We need to understand this effect to make us better learners, teachers, teammates, and overall better thinkers. It teaches us that confidence isn't just truth, and that humility isn't weakness, but clarity. So, how do we avoid being stuck on Mount Stupid? Well, the first thing to notice is not to doubt yourself all the time. And it is neither to say, I know it all the time. It is a life learning attitude and the power to say, I don't know enough yet. Because when we know enough, we are loud. But when we know it all, we are actually more quieter and humble. So surround yourself with people who challenge you. Seek feedback even when it is uncomfortable. Because true growth actually begins the moment we stop trying to look smart and we understand when confidence grows quieter and curiosity grows louder. That is the moment we step off of the cliff of illusion and the climb towards wisdom actually starts. Thank you.